Welcome back to part two of the first half of 2021 sales results in the automotive industry. I'm mainly just focusing on the vehicles and brands that I cover, which are going to be Japanese, Korean, a little bit of Volvo at the end. And just to recap the first episode, Toyota is on pace to take the #1 spot in America in sales. Honda's doing really well on top of that. So now we're doing the Mazda, we're doing Nissan, Infiniti, Mitsubishi, Hyundai, Koreans, and Volvo. So we got a lot to cover still in this part two. So let's get into it. Looking at the Miata from Mazda, second best June sales in the United States of all time, I would be assuming, with 32,000 vehicles sold. Best MX-5 June sales since 2007. That is awesome. Second best sales of the CX-30 with 5,800 vehicles sold since launch. Second best sales of the CX-5, which is their best-selling vehicle, with 16,000 vehicles since launch. Second best sales, man, it's just like the second best sales month for them, besides MX-5, with 3,200 vehicles since launch. Now, this is just saying since launch, since these vehicles were redesigned. So yes, CX-30 just came out last year, so. Anyways, CPO sales, I love how that they include that because I appreciate that with my sales background. So certified pre-owned sales achieved its second best June ever with almost 6,000 units. Mazda Canada, throwing some Canada love out there, report June sales of 6,800 vehicles, an increase of about 4%, which is not very much compared to June last year. And year-to-date sales increased 53% in total. 34,000 vehicles sold in Canada. Mexico, get some Mexico sales as well. Just 3,300 vehicles, a decrease of 20% compared to June last year. Don't know what's going on in Mexico to account for that. That's very interesting. Year-to-date sales increased 15% with 24,000 vehicles sold. So it's cool to see that Canada sells about 10,000 more vehicles than Mexico, and here in the United States, they sold about 189,000 units so far. That's year to date. So that's just really interesting to see how Mexico and Canada combined, let's say that's about 60,000 units, or it's about 55,000 units, 55, 60, compared to the United States, which is 190 roughly. So just interesting to see that. All right, Mazda 3, what's going on? It's having a comeback. It struggled a little bit last year, and look, it's up 35% this year. Mazda 6, rest in peace, homie. Mazda 6 has been canceled. So yes, sales will be good on that until inventory runs out on it, until they can replace it with its rear-wheel drive inline-six successor. MX-5 Miata up 56% on the year. Doesn't make any sense. They're selling almost as many MX-5s as they are the Mazda 6. Put that in perspective here. CX-3 was canceled as well. Good riddance. CX-30 up 102%. That's phenomenal. CX-5, their best-selling vehicle, up 44%. If you can take your best-selling model and increase 44% from last year, that is doing a good job. CX-9 up 52%. Just reviewed the vehicle. Gorgeous. I actually just reviewed the CX-5. The only vehicle on this list that I haven't reviewed fairly recently is the CX-30. I haven't reviewed that vehicle at all. So I know it's very similar to the Mazda 3, but I cannot wait to get my hands on it. But I know exactly what to expect since I've tested every other Mazda vehicle in the lineup right now. Cars in total up 35%, trucks up 52%. So Mazda is swinging still 48%, having a great resurgence of the Mazda of the 90s. I feel like Mazda is having a really, really nice comeback story, but we got a lot of other brands to cover. I'll cover, I guess, Infiniti after I cover Nissan. Let's cover Nissan, starting with the highlights here. I guess there are no highlights on the Nissan end. I don't see anything. Like, they didn't type anything up for it. But anyway, 34% up year to date. Nissan division sales up 39%, and then Infiniti is just tanking because they just don't have any QX60s. Their #1 selling vehicle, they don't have any due to the switchover. There's just a lot of reasons why they don't have it. It's just a complete fail on Nissan's part to not have QX60s on the lots. that it's been like 6 months without a QX60. We just had the reveal, looks pretty good, except for the fake exhaust. Everything else about it looks pretty good. And then availability, August, September, we still don't know. All right, let's talk about Nissan here. Versa. People want cheap cars. It's up 108%. Sentra, again, cheap cars up 77%. Altima down 10%. That's kind of surprising. Maxima down, not surprising. Leaf up 157%. Maybe people are just they want an affordable electric car. That's the only thing I can think of. 370Z is getting replaced with the 400Z. GTR, yeah, it's a supercar, so it doesn't compute here. Nissan Kicks, now into the SUVs. I can't believe you can't even call the Kicks an SUV. It's front wheel drive only, and it's kind of like a lifted hatchback. Kind of like a Lexus UX in that regard. But yeah, anyways, 89% up. 89% up for the Kicks. Hopefully they're not buying that, what was it, the SR grade that I had? Not worth the money. Get like the base or the SV grade. Anyways, Frontier up 38%. Probably some good sales on it. Let me know. I don't believe that the new Frontier is even available yet, right? I don't think so. If I'm wrong, you guys will correct me in the comments. But trucks are doing well. I mean, the Titan's up 45% as well. I'm surprised that they're still continuing to put an effort in with the Titan. But look, it's only sold 17,000 units. Whenever I see a Titan on the road, I'm like, holy crap. What is that? It kind of looks like an F-150 from the front. I'm like, oh no, it's a Nissan Titan. Anyways, Pathfinder down 50% as they switch over production from the old Pathfinder to the new Pathfinder. Once the production volume gets up, you're going to see the new Pathfinder selling really well for them. Armada, also the Nissan Patrol, that's what it's called everywhere else in the world. A really, really good vehicle. One of the best vehicles Nissan makes, in my opinion. So 13% up on the Armada. The redesigned Rogue up 70%. Murano, that vehicle should be doing way better than minus 10%, but maybe they're allocating chips somewhere else. I don't know. NV has been canceled. That's their vans. And even though they're up, how does that make sense? I'm almost positive they canceled their vans. Who knows? Who knows what's going on with Nissan there? But overall, their SUVs up 41%. And their cars up 35%. So Nissan is starting to have that recovery here. Not like Toyota, Honda, and Mazda like I just covered, but they're starting to. This is good to see. Infiniti, on the other hand, is a whole nother animal, and I don't think it's going to get better anytime soon until the QX60 comes out and is available. Until that is available, like it's just going to be, I don't know how they're going to stop the bleeding. QX60. Since there are none on the lots out there, it's down 68%. This is their best-selling vehicle, so it's a complete fail on their part. And when the new QX60 comes out, they're not going to be able to recoup the sales that they lost. Like, people are leaving the brand because they can't get into a new vehicle. It's really, really sad to see. And they can either go to a QX80, which is down 17% on the year. So especially with that refreshed Armada, like there's no reason, in my opinion, to get the QX80. So that's a tough sell right now. Skylines, the Q60 and the Q50, down, of course. Those are going to be canceled in the next couple of years. So they'll just probably take, I don't know, an Altima and rebadge it with some electrification. I really don't know what Infiniti is going to do with their sedans in the future or coupes. They should have the GTR in the Infiniti lineup. It's unacceptable that it's a Nissan if you have a luxury arm. The LFA could have been a Toyota, but they made it a Lexus. The NSX is a Honda where they don't have the Acura brand here in America. The NSX is an Acura. So there's no excuse why the GTR shouldn't be a halo product for the Infiniti brand to bring recognition to it. It's a complete failure at this part. It's almost like too late to do it, in my opinion. And I don't think they're going to. So it is what it is. So yeah, Nissan Group total up 34%. Total cars up 32. Total truck 35. And that includes Infiniti. Now, real quick, I had some Nissan news for you. A £1 billion pound investment into a new battery plant in the UK for the successor of the Leaf, which is a small crossover electric vehicle. So that will be very interesting, maybe a little bit smaller than the Aria. But yes, they're spending, and we'll have 6,200 jobs for people at the Nissan UK battery and EV supply factory. So pretty cool. They just felt like sharing that. Mitsubishi Motors North America announced a second quarter 2021 sales growth. So second quarter, they had a really, really good second quarter, but the first quarter so far has not been nearly as good, because if you look at the first half of sales, it's only 12% up. So the second quarter, I think that might be due to the new Outlander and maybe a couple of the products, but mainly the new Outlander, but we'll get into that in a little bit. June sales total up 54% year over year. Third best June in 10 years. Best ever June retail sales for Outlander and Eclipse Cross as an all new Outlander. And I hate how they say redesigned. Eclipse Cross, it's a refresh. Redesigned to me means an entirely new vehicle from top to bottom. So it frustrates me with Mitsubishi when they say redesigned, because redesign really just means facelift or refresh. Anyways, let's go to the bottom here and see what's popping. The Mirage is up massively, 13,000 units compared to 8,000 units. Outlander Sport is their best-selling vehicle right now, about 24,000 units. You would think the Outlander would be doing better than it is. Year to date, it's lower, and it is probably due to them switching over to the new model. Look, Infinitis have an issue with them switching over to the new QX60. Maybe they're having some problems on the Mitsubishi end with this Outlander switching over to the new production of the redesigned model. So that's my theory going on there. Outlander PHV 639. They've given it the new European plug-in hybrid upgrades. It's still not enough, and they need to give the new Outlander the plug-in hybrid. It's still based off the old Outlander. It's kind of a mess. Anyways, Eclipse Cross 4,000. It's down. You tell me if Eclipse Cross is down compared to early 2020 and it has a refresh. But yeah, anyways, Mitsubishi making a comeback, even though it's little. Speaking of non-comebacks, speaking of people disrupting the market, that's the Koreans right now. Hyundai Motor America reports all-time best June Q2 2021 sales and most first half yearly total and retail sales in Hyundai history. Making waves, guys. This video is long, so we need to just go to the bottom. There's lots of highlights. They're even talking about their new commercials with Disney, which is really, really cool. If you've seen Captain America, the Falcon, it's really, really cool. Anyways, I think Loki's in there as well, if I remember right. Yeah, pretty cool. Anyways, Accent up 22%. People need cheap cars. Elantra, people need cheap cars. 53% up. Ioniq, there's probably just a fire sale on them to make way for the real Ioniqs coming. The current Ioniqs right now are not the real Ioniq. The Ioniq 5 that I saw in Miami, that's the first of the real Ioniq electric lineup. Anyways, Kona up 66%. That's really impressive. Like I said, that's why the HRV is up so much, because this segment, this really small compact crossover segment, is just crushing it. Hyundai Nexo, that's their fuel cell. Just like Toyota's fuel cell was up massively, so is Nexo's, or so is Hyundai's. Palisade up 19%. Palisade would be selling more. The problem is that they just can't meet demand. They're charging MSRP or above for the Palisade, so pretty nuts. I see them everywhere down here in South Florida. Santa Fe, which is a really good looking vehicle. Cannot wait to test a hybrid Santa Fe. I just reviewed the Calligraphy Santa Fe. Really enjoyed that vehicle. That's up 45%. Well deserved there. Sonata, I got one in my driveway. Hashtag El Bagre. But that's up about 80%. The Sonata, holy smokes. Maybe people are just like, well, I can't get my hands on the exact vehicle I need, so maybe I'll get a Sonata. I don't know. I don't know why it's up so much. Maybe there's just really good incentives on it right now. Tucson, their best-selling vehicle traditionally. Yep, 83,000 units with that redesign, up 44%. Anytime, like I said, with the Mazda CX-5, anytime you have your main vehicle up massively, the brand is thriving. It's doing really well. Veloster, they should just cancel it, even though the Veloster end's pretty cool. And the Venue, some volume is finally available on it here, but like I said, I'm seeing a lot of them down here in South Florida. The Venue is just a funny looking vehicle. The tires are like this wide, and the track is extraordinarily wide, so it just looks funny. I can't wait to review it. I'll probably end up liking it, unlike my 2-year-old out there who's not happy with anything right now. Gotta keep moving. Otherwise, it's going to take me 4 days to review the sales. So you guys are going to have to deal with the kids at this point. Over at Kia Media, Kia America announces best ever first half yearly sales and best ever June sales in company history, just like Hyundai. like they're related or something, right? So best ever first half sales for Forte, Seltos, Sportage, and Telluride. Seltos sales up 6%, Telluride up 79% versus first half of 2020. Kia's light truck lineup now represents 64% overall vehicle sales in 2021. They ran out of reservations for the EV6 electric vehicle. The really fast GT variant won't be available, I think, till like late 2022. I think. I don't know. You guys will fact check me down below. I don't have time to look it up right now. All right, let's keep going. Reports here. Now, they don't give us percentages. I don't believe, yeah, Hyundai gave us percentage, but Kia never gave us percentages. Almost like I think Mitsubishi didn't earlier in the video. Anyways, people need cheap vehicles. The Rio, like we've seen with the Hyundai Accent and the entry-level Nissan out there, they're just doing well. So Forte, look at those numbers. People need cheap cars. And Kia K5 Optima, I haven't reviewed the K5 yet, but the Sonata is similar-ish, same platform. Cadenza, which Cadenza's rest in peace, it's been discontinued here. Stinger, doing okay, about a wash compared to last year. K900, rest in peace. Kia Soul, I feel like this vehicle, so it's up on compared to last year, about 4,000 units. But I feel like this vehicle lost its relevancy kind of compared to a lot of its own competition within the lineup with the Seltos. I feel like the Seltos, they're probably selling every single vehicle they have. I like the Seltos. Looks better than the Soul. I usually like quirky vehicles, but to me, the Soul, like I wish the Soul was like an electric powertrain. I think it would be more cool. I don't know. That's just me. But the Seltos as well has all-wheel drive, so they're probably selling out every single Seltos they have. Kia Sportage, look what it's doing. Gosh, the Kia Sportage. The redesign's not even out yet. It hasn't even been officially like shown to us in America yet, the Sportage. I think it's only been shown in Korea. But the Sportage, look, it's up 14,000 units, and that vehicle's old as heck. I think it's ugly, but hey, that's what people are looking for right now. Not old and ugly, they're looking for crossovers. Yes. Anyways, the new Sorento looks great. Love the looks of the new Sorento. Cannot wait to review one. Same thing with the Telluride. I'd take the Telluride over the Hyundai Palisade just by looks alone. Sedona and Carnival, cannot wait to test the Carnival. But anyways, going back to the Telluride, look at those sales. It's up 20,000 units. It's almost doubled its sales compared to last year. Unreal. Sedona and Carnival. Sedona is the rest in peace. I have two Sedonas in the family. My sister, my parents have one. And I really want to test the Carnival. The Carnival, to me, could be the best minivan on the market. I know Kia's not calling it a minivan, but yeah, it's a minivan, has sliding doors. Carnival, to me, could be the best vehicle or minivan on the market. I just have to test it. So 378,000 units for Kia. Going to Volvo. Can't talk about Genesis. I mentioned them in part one of this. Their GV80 is outselling the rest of their sedans, and they're up like 200% compared to last year. Anyways, Volvo Car USA June sales marked 13 consecutive months of growth. Volvo is resurging, guys, kind of like Mazda. It's awesome. I love covering these two brands. They remind me very much of each other. They're very different, but in terms of kind of like their small market share, they're unique, and they're kind of like the underdogs in the market. So I enjoy covering them. And I like their designs. I think they make beautiful cars, both of them. Okay, US sales up 47% year to date, solidifying 12 consecutive months of double-digit growth. And just like I mentioned with Mazda, had a great year last year, and they're up in the 40 percentages too. Volvo had a great year last year, and their growth continues just kind of like Mazda. So it's really awesome to see. Recharge model sales increased 51% in California. Yippity-doo, I have a Recharge XC90 in the garage right now. I'm going to be driving it a lot with the kids in it and give you guys my impressions. I'm excited for that. Recharge models represented 20.2% of total Volvo Car USA sales. Yes, it's happening, guys. Electrification is making its way. It's making its way into the Toyota. Toyota was like, yeah, like 20 to 25% of our vehicles are electrified or fuel cell by this point in time, whether that's hybrid, plug-in hybrid. We don't have a full electric here in the United States. So it is what it is. But yeah, it's important going forward. And Volvo Car America's region sales up 23% year to date. Canada had a 21% growth and 90 6% growth in Latin America. So Volvo is doing well in Central America, which is very, very, oh, and they're including Brazil. Interesting. Brazil hit 100% recharge sales for June. So they're only giving Brazil recharge models. That's kind of interesting. So maybe in Brazil, like Volvo's really, really high up there with in terms of luxury, where here in the United States, maybe there's more competition. I don't know. I don't know what the car market in Brazil is. So if you guys can explain that down below. But I think we finally made it through. I've been recording for like nearly 2 hours, it feels like, and I'll be editing for that much time, if not more. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my sales recap. It was really long this time, mainly because we're talking about the first half of the year of sales. It's a huge, huge year, and it's an interesting year with the shortage in semiconductors and other supply chain constraints in the auto industry. Despite that, a lot of manufacturers, if you're not Ford and Subaru, which seem to be the biggest hit ones right now, especially Ford, if you're not those companies, everyone else seems to be doing really, really well. Mitsubishi maybe could be doing better. But guys, I don't know what else to say. I'll end it there. I've been talking too much. Exciting times in the car industry, and I just can't believe you guys are interested in listening to me talk about cars. I think that's amazing. You guys let me do my dream for a job. And thank you so much for that. I'll see you in the next video. Smash the like button if you haven't. Peace out.